Hi, Omama. Look at my hair. It's not what I wanted, but it's what I got, and I'm really happy with how it is versus how it could have been. So, story time. I went to the salon yesterday, and for reference, here's what my hair looked like when I got to the salon. So that was after my stylist had cut my hair. So I'm like, okay, that's good. Okay, cool, we're doing good. Then she brings out the lightener, I think bleach basically, and starts putting all the foils in my hair. And I looked like a little space alien. Here's what the foils looked like. So I sat with the foils with lightener, and then she put like dye on my roots and like in between, just to kind of cover up the rest of the pink. And her goal was kind of to get me looking like a little bit lighter blonde than my natural hair color. Not like white, but just a really light blonde. Because I was like, well, let's go for something different. Like, you know, why not? I'm here anyway. May as well go a little bit lighter rather than going straight to my natural color. And so yeah, we put all this on. Side note, she puts me under heat and puts a plastic bag over all the foils underneath that heat lamp thing. I was dehydrated and didn't have much to eat for breakfast, and I didn't have a really good supper the night before. I haven't been eating properly, but that's a different story. So my blood sugar was really low, and I was dehydrated, and I started to feel really faint and lightheaded. And so I like leaned forward in the chair to get out of the heat, and you know, felt a little bit better. Sat up and instantly felt worse. And I'm going, this is not good, because she had set the timer for 15 minutes, and then she left to go have like a coffee break. And because like her hands were probably tired, right? And so I'm like freaking out in the chair going, what do I do? Can I stand up and leave? Like, there's all these protocols in place because of the virus. I'm wearing my mask too, which probably just adds to how hot I was feeling. And I was really like I was overheating and lightheaded, and I felt like I was gonna simultaneously pass out and throw up. So finally, a different stylist comes around the corner and like sees me and comes up. She's like, are you okay? And I'm like, I think can I go to the bathroom? Like, I really feel like I'm overheating or something. And she's like, yeah. And she shuts the heat off, and like, I go to stand up out of the chair and like stumbled backwards. So she's looking at me all wide-eyed like, are you okay? And I'm going, I just need to like splash some water on my face. Like, just get some water. Like, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. She's like, okay, it's right through there. And I go into the bathroom, and I'm in there for like 10 minutes just trying to cool off, putting water on my face, cupping my hands and drinking water, and then washing my hands and everything. Finally feel normal enough to go back out. And I opened the bathroom door, and my stylist was leaning up against the wall across the hall, and she's like, oh my god, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to try to kill you. I'm like, it's okay, it's all good. You know, it's my fault. Blood sugar's really low. And she's like, jeez, okay. So she's like, no more heat. I'm going, well, you know, it's okay. It's not a big deal. So we sit back down in the chair. She's like, well, let's just have a peek. And she opens up one of the foils. And what the lightener was supposed to do is lighten up the pink until it was like almost gone. So it was supposed to, inside of the foils was supposed to be like blonde, basically. Maybe a little bit pink. She opens up one of the foils, and it's highlighter pink. Like, I've gone from that like faded, can hardly really tell that it's pink, to like bright pink. And she's like, that's not supposed to happen. I'm going, oh shit, I don't know, like, She's like, okay, well, we'll leave it for a little bit longer, but I don't want to risk damaging your hair, so we may have to rethink this. Let's just leave it on for a bit longer. I'm like, okay. So then she comes and we have another peek, and it's like, it's not looking good. So she's like, well, let's rinse all of this out. Let's rinse all the bleach out, and then we'll blow your hair dry, and we'll regroup and go from there. I'm like, okay. So she rinses it all out. We get back to the chair, I've got like frosted tips where my natural color was and the bleach worked. So I'm like really, really light blonde in like tips over here. And then from about here-ish down to the ends was just like bubblegum pink. Like the brightest pink. I can't even begin to describe. It was like, no, it was brighter than that toy there. It was like pink. And I'm freaking out going, my appointment is supposed to end in like 15 minutes. What am I gonna do? So she blows it dry, and this is what it looked like. Right? Like pink. So I'm freaking out. And she's like, okay, well, my afternoon appointment canceled. I've blocked off the rest of the day. We're gonna keep working on this until you're happy with your hair. I'm like, okay. So I have to step outside and make a phone call and make sure that everybody can cover my shift, because I was supposed to be at work. I was at the appointment at the salon at 10 o'clock in the morning. We're now like 12:30, and I'm supposed to be at work for 2 o'clock. So I'm like, I gotta figure out if I can even stay. So I go and yeah, everybody's fine. They can cover my shift. It's not a big deal. So I go back inside, and she's like, okay, well, we have kind of two choices right now. We can like keep going and just darken your hair until it's so dark that the pink doesn't show up, or we can try to work with the pink and make you like a peachy rose gold type blonde. And she showed me a photo of what I would look like as a rose gold blonde, and like it was beautiful, but all I could see was pink, and I've been pink for 6 months. I really don't want to be pink anymore. So I got her to show me a photo of what she thinks I would look like as a darker blonde, and it was basically this. And I'm going, well, at least it's not pink. Let's go with that. She's like, okay, so then next question, we can either like keep your natural color as it is and just dye down here, and then it'll look a little bit different because this will be a bit darker than your natural color, or we can, to make it even, we can add some pink to your roots and then dye over top of everything. And I'm like, I don't want more pink. But she managed, like, she talked me out of not doing, like, out of taking the first option, because it would look kind of weird to have my roots a different color. Even like trying to blend it, it would still be kind of weird having my roots a different color than the rest of my hair. So we put some pink on my roots, and then she's like, okay, we're gonna take a break. I popped over to the little cafe next door and I grabbed a sandwich and a coffee because I was buckling in for another 2 hours. We rinsed the pink out, and then we put the first layer of color on. And I think she said the first color layer, she was mixing, half of it was my natural hair color, or half of it was 1/2 step down from my natural hair color, or something like that. And then the other half of it was at 1 full level down, like darker than my natural hair color. And she mixed that together, put it on my hair, and let that sit for like 10-15 minutes, and then came and had a look at it, washed it out, and was like, okay, it's still kind of pink, so we're gonna do one more layer. I'm like, okay. And I think they just did a full 1 step darker than my natural hair color. And she put that on, we waited a little bit, and then she rinsed it out. She's like, oh, I think you're gonna like this. And so we sat down in the chair, and you know how when your hair is wet, it looks darker? Well, when this is wet, it looks almost black. And I was looking at myself in the mirror going, oh no, I'm not blonde anymore, and I don't look good with black hair. And then she blew it dry, and you know, it's like this. And I'm going, oh, okay, this I can live with. This is kind of cute. I'm slightly brunette. I call myself a milk chocolate blonde. So, and I like how, like, you can sort of still see, if you look really hard, like if you know that it's there, you can still see a little bit of pink. But if you don't know that there's pink underneath, it just looks like my hair has a lot of dimension. So I said, this I can live with. So I left the salon at 3:15. I was there at 10 o'clock in the morning, and I left at 3:15. and I booked it to work. I got to work just after 4 o'clock. So I only missed 2 hours of my shift, but oh man, it was a day. And the bill, I won't even tell you how much it costed, because like my stylist is amazing. She didn't charge me for one of the layers of color because she felt bad that like my hair just decided, nope, we're gonna keep the pink. And she's like, you weren't prepared for that, I wasn't prepared for that, so I'm gonna not charge you for one of the layers of color. I'm like, okay, I can deal with that. So yeah, and then it was a big bill. It was a lot of money, but I think it's worth it because I actually really like my hair. And now what we're probably gonna have to do, because what I'm thinking is like the reason why the pink is still there, it's not that I still have pink dye in my hair, it's that my hair is stained pink. And the only way to get it out is to let it grow out and cut it off. And I can't rock a pixie cut. I mean, I probably could rock a pixie cut, but I don't want to have like a pixie cut of like super short hair. So I'm gonna deal with this for probably, I'd say about 6 months. My hair grows really fast. So we're just gonna let it kind of grow, and every time I go get a haircut, I'm gonna have to get what's called a toner, which just kind of helps to, actually I'm not sure if a toner is gonna end up lightening my hair so that it'll like slowly get myself back to blonde, or if a toner is gonna keep like everything the way that it is. I don't know. But I'm gonna have to get a toner every time I get my hair cut. And then eventually, once it's finished all growing out, then I can go back to my regular blonde. So anyway, that's my hair story. That was fun. I did have a good time at the salon, at least. Like, I did feel like I was getting pampered, and especially with all of the like the shampooing and rinsing and everything, and yeah, I looked like a little space alien. That was fun. Anyway,